Hi, and welcome to Awaken Awareness or Awakening Awareness. Do you feel like you are struggling with your manifestation? You want more abundance, more happiness in your life, and you feel like manifestation just doesn't work for you, though you are doing everything right? You are doing the visualization, you are doing the gratitude practice, then this video is for you. Because number one, manifestation always works. Because what manifestation basically means is that we attract what we are emotionally involved with. We attract what we are focused on what we are thinking. Each and every one of us so-called reality is a mirror of what we are thinking, what we are feeling, and is always a direct reflection on the frequency, the vibrational level we send out from. So whether if you feel like you are not manifesting what you truly want, you are manifesting, but not consciously. You are, in fact, manifesting on an unconscious level. And the database of all those things, our feelings, our emotions, that's the same thing for many, but for me it's not. But our feelings, our thoughts, our belief systems, our paradigms is stored in our subconscious. And I know this so well because I have experienced in the beginning of the journey of manifestation, when I started to really commit to the study, to apply what I understood at that time, I really saw incredible results, but I also saw none of the results in other areas. And I didn't understand at that time why I couldn't manifest prosperity or a job that I really, really felt excited about, and a job that I really felt was not accepting what society had to offer, but rather something that I felt were using the gifts and talents that I experienced that I could offer. And it took me a couple of years to understand that in the areas that I effortlessly could attract pretty much whatever I wanted and very instantly was in areas that I didn't have conflicting paradigm regarding. I manifested new opportunities. I manifested an entire coaching education program paid for me like that, to those new areas that I didn't had any limiting beliefs or concepts regarding. And understanding the principle of manifestation, I could really see how it worked perfectly. But on the other hand, I had huge programs in my subconscious getting in my way. So even when I manifested prosperity, I manifested money, because I did sometime, I was often like amazed and grateful, but I had this inner voice that I couldn't actually hear clearly that told me that, yeah, but this was just a once in a lifetime. This was just luck for this specific moment. Don't you start to believe that this is possible? Not like this. So what is the purpose of this session, you may ask? And the purpose, the signposts that I want to provide to you so that you can discover the light within yourself, which they are pointing you towards if you allow them, is that the principle of manifestation works. And for us to manifest what we want, we often forget about the fact that it's basically and often very ego-driven, meaning it's a construct of our mind. And when we are manifesting or trying to manifest on a level operating by our ego, the chances are you have already conflicting programs also created by your ego that are bigger because you have had them for such a long time. And whenever we give our ego the power. Ego basically mean our intellectual identity, what we limit ourselves to. But what I do feel sometimes, based on what I see around me in the world, on the internet, is that the approach of using the strategies, the understanding of manifestation is very ego driven. I recognize that within myself. I thought it was an emotion constructed by the mind that my dream was important to make me happy. But it's actually the other way around. Nothing outside of ourselves can bring us happiness because it is already within us. Yeah, but why don't I feel it? You may want to ask me here. It's because the essence of your being, your spirit, awareness, whatever name we're giving it, is blocked due to the projections created and projected by our ego mind identity. We identify with our mind, which gives the mind the power to control us, to control the experience that we are having in the so-called life. And it's like with any other concept, like money is just a concept for energy, and time, it's another concept that once we created this idea how we can view time, we forgot about that we was the creator of that concept, and instead we let that concept control us. Just look at us living in this modern world. How often don't you feel that time is controlling you? I don't have enough time. I should do this, but I don't know if I will make it because I don't have enough time. And it's the same with manifestation. Manifestation is just a word, and it explains the universal laws. It explains something, organizes it so that we on an intellectual level can understand it. But by applying a concept, in this case manifestation, the word manifestation, without understanding that any concept, instrument that we apply, its true power lies always within how we use it. Is it our ego-driven, mind-based operation who is using this so-called manifestation, or is it our awareness that we let flow and to and through this concept? I want to awake those questions within yourself, because what I've learned doing some reflection, the distinction when manifestation consciously and between unconsciously, or rather between ego-driven manifestation, is that I don't feel in flow state whenever I take those so-called inspired actions. They don't feel inspired. Yeah, I can feel the inspiration from the goal over there, but I don't feel it when doing. So that has become my number one key question whenever I consciously want to manifest something, is that, do I think that this itself will bring me happiness? And if the answer is yes, then the next question is, why don't I feel happy already? And then I realize, because there are blockages. My intellect is blocking the flow from my spirit to fill me with all those positive vibrations like harmony and love and flow and all those things. I also have this element that I call set the intention, where I ask myself, what do I need to feel? Earlier, I called it believe. What do I need to believe for this to come naturally? And you can choose whatever word that suits you at the time being. And the reason why I changed to feel is because I know that beliefs are powerful, and I think it's okay to wanting to create belief systems that supports us, as long as we are aware that we, our being, are the creator of the belief systems. so that we don't let another concept take control over us again. So what is my intended feeling? And for me, I have like this go-to that works for me, since I have dreamt of creating music since I were a kid. That has been my big dream forever. And when I were a kid, I think that due to the fact that I had not the same amount of paradigms and belief systems installed in my subconscious as I had later in life. Yeah, I used my mind to visualize that dream, of course, but it was so much more feeling based. When I were in my room, raising the volume on the stereo, singing along, I really felt that I were on stage. And I didn't do it because this may lead to this result in the future. I did it because I enjoyed it. I let my fantasy make that dream come to life in that present moment. So that is my go-to when I want to manifest something. When I find myself with a creative idea, wanting to do something, I ask myself, is this flow state based, or is this more mind driven? Is the fuel behind this idea more mind based? Like, yeah, but if I do this step, that will lead me to the next, that will lead me to that. And there's nothing wrong with using our mind to make plans and see that if I do this, then I will be able to do that. But don't let that take over. When we let our mind take over, we are not manifesting from a place of alignment. And we are manifesting, even if it's a little bit more consciously, because we use our focus on what we want rather than just let whatever is going on in our subconscious run the show. But it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the manifestation, the result of our dream, is where the magic lies. But it's the other way around. When we let the magic of feeling, being emotionally involved in what we are doing right now on this very step, even if I use my mind to think like, okay, that step will lead me there and so on. But if I feel positive around what I am doing, that is a sign that we are aligned, basically meaning that enough of our awareness is present. So a little summarize of this video. Manifestation works. It's just a word pointing to universal laws, pointing to how we create our reality consciously or unconsciously. Ego-driven manifestation doesn't work, or maybe it works, but it will not give you the true desire that created the dream in the first place. If you want prosperity, for example, and that comes from a true place of your spirit's desire to want to express and expand abundance, prosperity in different environments or whatever, but it turns into, or rather your ego mirror that and copy that energy from your spirit into something that the ego can expand on to take over the show, and that no manifestation will bring us happiness because it's already within ourselves. When we are happy, we are manifesting from a place of alignment, and we can manifest whatever we want as long as we remember that manifestation is the byproduct or the scenery of this experience of life. We are here currently in this current form with its limitation, but our true being has no limitation. And in this form, this body vehicle, our spirit is here to experience all the richness and colors and destinations in this physical dimension. And when we remember that, we see that the happiness were there to begin with. We don't need the props to be happy, but the props can enrich this experience. I hope you found this useful. I hope you found some inspiration. And if you did, consider to subscribe. See you in the next video.